Hello again from Nashville here in Tennessee. It is the Arc Hive here, right here in the Archeon studio here. We have a select group of elite young men here, right here. We got the K-Nasty over here.
Yeah.
We got Cody up in here. And don't you forget, of course, Timbo Slice right here, coming at you with some tasty tidbits right here from a new segment on the Arc Hive called Podcast Improv. Maybe we can add those in post. Who knows?
Add those in post.
That in the post. So, right off the bat, I know, Mr. K-Nasty, we were talking earlier about a subject that's burning on our hearts right now.
Our hearts and
What
souls.
is going on in our city, Mr. K-Nasty?
And I don't know. They're just trying to get rid of the shit, the good shit.
The good shit. What's happening? Tell people. We've got listeners here in every part of the country, right?
Oh, he fucking broke it.
There's a dog here.
So what's going on is, I do believe his name is Ed Kindle. Is trying to pass a bill where they're going to build some kind of big ass hotel, and they're trying to it's going to possibly like drive out local venues like The End and Exit In.
Mm-hmm. And why is this a bad thing, Mr. Nasty?
Fucking Music City, bro.
Yeah.
We don't say Hotel City. Get that shit out of here.
It's not Hotel City, but here's the thing. It's not encroaching on Broadway. It's encroaching on this part of town. And why is that important to our community?
Oh, no, that's an important question.
That is an important question.
I don't know if my experience in Nashville is long enough to answer that.
Okay, well, Cody, do you have something you want to weigh in on this with?
Yeah, it's obvious to me. I think that we can think into some things a bit too much sometimes, and if we look at just in a really broad, simple structure, it's obvious that they're just trying to accommodate more people, and they're not trying to care for this place in the slightest, and they're just trying to open up more of the city that they can, wherever they can, just to fit more. And they'll take away what they have to, you know.
But here's the thing that we're trying to drive at. What's important, why we're vastly opposed to this city legislation that is encroaching upon this part of Nashville, is that if you look at the overall music scene, what makes Nashville important, we call it Music City, and you look, of course, we have Broadway, we have Music Row, and Music Row is currently in danger of being encroached upon this kind of construction and larger business coming into Nashville as well. But this part of Nashville in particular, ladies and gentlemen, fans from around the country listening right now, it's very dangerous because it's a part of Nashville that hosts venues that is not particularly strict to the country music scene that is so vastly accommodated in reference to Nashville. Can I help you, sir?
Noctis is fucking something up out there.
Oh, there's a dog out there doing dangerous things. But all that to be said, fans, what's going on is we've got something encroaching upon our heart and soul in our community, which is rock and metal.
Yeah, it's like a more cultural area of Nashville.
Right, it's not just country over there.
Yeah, so we don't need some big ass hotel.
These are some big important venues to speak of, so to speak, that have hosted really, Paramore started their first show at The End. Great big bands have rolled through the Exit In as well, and it's been important to developing a larger and more broad spectrum of the musical appreciation within Nashville.
Also, shout out to Obi's Pizza. You ever had that? Have that?
I haven't, but I've seen it every time.
God, it's probably it's up there top 3 best pizza I've had in Nashville thus far.
Really?
Yeah, dude, and I think it's right by, I want to say The End. It could be Exit In.
I mean, they're both right next to each other, yeah.
Yeah, one across the street, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, man, that'll probably fucking have to go.
Well, fans, tell us down in the comments, what do you think about this? Big business is coming to Nashville. Nashville's growing. So that's it's kind of a dichotomy of more business, more money, more economic growth within the city, but encroaching upon the heart and soul of why people are moving here in the first place. Am I right?
Yeah, kind of.
Tell us right down there. Cody, it's so great to see you. This is your first time on camera, is it not?
No, this is the second.
I've slipped in here and there.
Okay.
I've been a part. Yeah, because there was the time where I,
told
my little story.
That's true.
But this is the first couch sit-in.
Yeah,
that's a big moment.
First time here.
How's it feel?
I'm psyched. I'm psyched to be here.
Did the glasses
glad
out?
that you guys are here. Yeah, the glasses out.
I told you.
It's
I told
that
you.
that Big Daddy thing, and I'm invisible. And
A little bit.
It's like I just said I wanted to wear them so we'd look cool, but
we did before we put them on.
But then we get to. You're right. That confidence.
Nobody can see you when you're wearing these, right?
Exactly.
This is my safe space. Yeah. Like what is that? Big Daddy or whatever.
Yeah. Yep, it's great.
That's how it feels. Yeah.
Dude, Adam Sandler is the man. Like,
Oh yeah, it's.
I really want to go to. Have you been to Zany's out here yet?
No, I think Steve was there, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's some great acts that come on through. I know Ralphie May talked about how he used to be there. Like, yeah. Like,
R.I.P.
Yeah, say we missed them, man.
I know. Respect, big man upstairs.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah. But we should definitely do a comedy, visit over there to Zany's, and see that kind of stuff.
Oh, like watch?
Yeah, to go see some stuff.
Talking perform.
Well, maybe both.
Maybe.
Theo Von to roll through.
Dude, that seems up
I think
his
the
alley.
closest place he's came to is like Memphis.
Dude. I feel like Nashville is his area,
Yeah,
it's
man,
like made for him.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
I feel like everywhere is made for Theo Von.
That's true.
Because he's just.
But he's got that backwoods, country twang.
Yeah, man. People from the South like him.
Man,
I think anybody.
I think people everywhere like him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what a time to be alive.
Speaking of comedy, how do you feel about furthering the comedic direction of Archeons, as we continue to grow?
I don't really think about it. Didn't think much about doing garage days either. You just kind of do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So whatever happens.
Yeah, Cody, do you think you want to see the band kind of keep...
Oh yeah, man. I feel like you guys have just got a. You're all funny,
Looking.
But you can be. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, he confirms it.
Roasted.
Oh man, that last video though. So there were some beauty shots.
Tim, there
were some beauty shots.
We could touch down on your performance.
I'm pretty sure I still got some
Appreciate
screenshots that you sent me of that too when you were wearing them.
Oh, I almost wanted to share that. Yeah, dude, a selfie. You took a selfie in the bathroom.
Yeah,
what a time
that
to be
was
alive.
funny. I can't wait to see how the band grows and how we end up going into future music videos. It kind of makes me think of how Motley Crue was all painted up and shit. And do you ever want to do shit like that where we're kind of all coordinated and dressed and makeup and all that?
I'm down. I'll try anything twice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm about it.
Cody, what do you think, man?
If I'm honest, just no.
No.
I mean, it depends on what it is, but I'm not.
If you have like a themed show, then I say go all the fuck out because that shit's really cool. But it's just other than that, you gotta be willing to go some extremes to represent yourself like that,
Right.
I mean, unless you're doing a parody
I feel
thing.
you guys are. If you're doing a parody, then then go bullshit out.
Memphis,
if it's comedy, then hell yeah.
Yeah. What is that band? It's not Gojira, is it? The one that dresses up and all that.
Guar?
Guar, yeah.
Guar, dude. Fucking
man.
Guar. They had some bangers back in the day.
To be honest, it sounds silly and this is kind of fucked up, but I never listened to Guar because of their outfits, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck the music. It's just what they look like.
Man.
They were just the music fit the look.
What about Mushroom Head?
Mushroom Head? I've
They were-
actually never listened.
I've checked them out. They're aren't they a lesser Slipknot? Not to no disrespect, but
No,
they got that mask and shit, and they do the
yeah, man.
kind of I don't know what kind of metal you want to call it. That I guess new metal. Just
Kind of, yeah.
I don't know.
Got some
they were
some
more new
flowy
metal.
stuff. Yeah.
They were more new metal than Slipknot, but same kind of theatrical thing.
Yeah.
You ever check them out?
I feel like you got to be entirely committed if you're going that route to where you're doing it seriously.
Oh, the whole time? No, I ain't about that life. No.
But as far as to do it for comedy, then of course.
Or
man.
even a weird music video too. Not even a funny one, but if there's something that requires us or would be really cool to have a weird Get up, dude. Fuck yeah, I'm about it.
Well, like, you know that video that Queen did where they, I mean, not them saying we should all do drag, you know. I know I just did the drag in the music video, but
That was one.
but I mean,
And we're
like,
all so proud of you.
thank
you do well. You do
You
well.
know, I'm a pretty lady, you know.
I'm a pretty good.
Subscribe to my
All right.
Snapchat Premium, Sugar Daddies, hit me up. I'm broke. Come on.
Cash app.
The starving
Cash
artist.
app.
Hit me on that cash app.
This is being a starving artist in 2019.
God.
Snapchat Premium.
Is this starving artist or a thirsty artist these days? I don't even know. JK
I guess
Walls.
depends.
Walls.
Depends on the artist.
Where exactly was I saying before that? I kind of lost my train of thought.
Tim, we had this planned out perfect.
Podcast improv.
You were talking about your Oscar nominee worthy performance
Yes.
in Garage
Talking
Day.
about drag, and we're talking about Queen and their music video,
Yes,
where they kind of all were Freddie Mercury dressed up in drag.
What song are you talking about?
I don't know the name of the song. Do you know which one I'm talking about?
I mean, I think he was pretty.
Just
He was pretty.
Do you have your
flim-
phone on you? Because you can still be the Cody holding it down.
No, I
looking
don't.
shit up.
What's the video?
Here, use my phone. Just don't look at the gay porn.
That's cool, man. That's cool.
You know, it's 2019. Am I right? Here, go ahead.
what am I looking up?
Okay.
Gay porn.
Queen music video. Drag?
It's gonna be every single music video they put out.
But I mean, that's what I'm saying is like, you know, Queen did some really big shit.
They
and
were
it was
cool.
like
They were
out
Queen.
there. Same with like
Oh.
Motley Crue.
I want to break free.
I want to break free.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
Banger. Absolute
like-
banger.
He rocked that.
Like,
video.
what if there was a
Yes,
song
you
that
did.
Archeons did where it required us in the music
Look
video
at
to
that
do
stash.
something weird like that?
If it definitely required it,
Look at that stash. What stash?
that's a I'm gonna pull you over mustache.
Stash?
That stash, man.
That's a
Oh,
show me your
man.
license and registration mustache.
See, we're gonna have to
right
pull this image up to show the fans as we sweep across the screen with my phone.
there. Or just put a screenshot on the on the video. We have that technology.
The mustache. We have the technology. Speaking of technology, that makes me think of vapes. You know, Archeons is always
Vapes.
vaping
Yep.
all the time.
Uh-huh.
You know, so vapes versus traditional cigarettes, cigars. How do you feel? What are you thinking? Does it make us gay?
Oh shit!
No, I think that's
No, I think
just
other
something
things
you
make us gay.
know. Like,
Wait,
I
what?
think that's just something you know from a very early age. So
Okay, this is not the direction I was hoping for here.
I know. I just wanted to throw it off.
And then you start doing some Freddie Mercury things.
You start doing some. You start dressing in drag for music videos for garage
That's
days,
cool.
right?
That's totally cool.
And we support you 100%.
Yeah. No judgment.
You're bassist Tamantha, am I right?
Samantha.
That's perfect.
Okay, no, but like, you know,
Mm-hmm.
people talk. Okay, I love a cigar. I love a good cigar. Do you guys like cigars?
No, I don't get it.
I feel cool.
I tried.
holding one.
I tried plenty of times. man.
Really?
It's just like I want to inhale.
Yeah, you're not
I
supposed
want.
to
I
inhale,
want to
right?
get that.
Yeah,
Right.
I want that hit.
I never got the flavor. I thought they all tasted the same. I had expensive ones.
I feel like they all taste the same, and then the cheap ones taste like shit.
Oh yeah. But,
I mean, I love
that's-
cigars. Love
so there is a
cigars.
quality difference.
but I'm a nicotine addict.
So if I pay,
really am.
Well, you know,
gotta have it.
shout
the
out to
vaping.
my favorite spot in Nashville for cigars, Reserva Cigars. You know, not that anyone from there is listening to our podcast.
you never know,
Hey,
man.
You never know.
Yo, if they want to send us some, we'll fucking
Yeah,
smoke them
send
on,
us some cigars.
smoke
man.
them on the podcast. There you go.
Goodness, it's been a long time, but the owner, you don't remember me. Who knows? Maybe. I don't know. I can't remember.
I was about
Tony!
to-
It's Tony! Tony! Send us some cigars, man. Please.
We'd love to put out a review.
Yeah. Well, Tony talked
Because
about...
we're experts. We've talked about how much we love cigars.
Yeah.
Well, ever since I bought this, poor Tony has lost my business, you know. But,
Yeah.
you know.
But
Yeah.
so it was like, well, I don't know about you. Did you always just vape? Did you ever smoke cigarettes?
No, I went straight to cigars, and then from cigars to vaping. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'd say it's the
For
lesser
those,
evil.
for those of us that went to cigarettes at like 14, it was really nice to find a way to step away from that wasn't all that difficult, and that's what vaping was to me. And it's still not perfect, but I feel nowhere near as bad as when I smoked
Cigarettes, yeah.
man.
Yeah,
So
it's like
it's just
cigarettes, vaping. Still bad. Still both bad, but
Yeah.
cigarettes are down there. I've been getting a lot about that. My mom sent me some shit. And one of my boys. Which may or may not be hearing this.
What about vaping?
Yeah.
Like about?
Just news reports.
Well,
like,
I mean, people talk about like popcorn lung, but there's also studies that talk about how that's not like really valid either.
And like more kids are vaping now than ever. It's like obviously because vaping wasn't here like what 10 years ago.
Well, it's so much better than cigarettes.
Well, they're not even. So they tell you the statistic of how many kids are vaping, but they don't tell you the statistics of like how many kids are smoking cigarettes.
Yeah.
Or they don't tell you how many like less are in comparison to what used to be, you know?
Right.
So they tell you correct information, but it's like there's a bunch of information they don't tell you.
It's like a workaround way of giving information. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see where it goes in the future once either it's more well studied or something new comes out that's better than vaping, or it's not the negatives of it.
Yeah.
Which is probably just wishful thinking because you're not really doing anything that's naturally good for you. But
well, you know, and it's like there's nicotine substitutes where you could do the gum, you know, you could have a pill or whatever, but I think ultimately a lot of nicotine addicts who, you know, especially started smoking, they really want that kind of like...
They want that hit.
That hit. They want the hit is what they want.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, so...
It's weird, man.
It's like if I'd have to drive, or like as soon as I'm done eating, you know,
Got
that's
light
probably
one
the
up.
hardest shit for me.
I just had, 2-3 beers.
Oh yeah.
Give me that hitter.
It's like by that I've lost all initiative. I need nicotine and I don't care what.
I don't care what. You don't need it necessarily.
It's like
At a realistic level.
you got a needle?
I would
A
heavily
needle?
No,
that would be a KO.
You can't shoot nicotine.
You could one time.
You can't
It's
shoot
It's
nicotine?
a one-off.
No, you can't.
Why?
You shouldn't.
It's
I don't imagine
it's like
a
hella
good idea.
toxic.
Really?
You're supposed like, even if you get like vape juice on you, that's not good because you get nicotine poisoning.
Really?
Like hella easy, yeah.
Well, that's concerning.
That would be. Yeah.
I did not know this.
A little bit. It would be worth getting some studies pulled up for that, but.
I get it, like, it spills open in my pocket all the time.
Yeah.
And it's like in my pant leg, like rubbing against my leg all day.
You're like wiping it on your face.
Oh,
You
man.
gotta remember too what we're talking about. Like, so the things that vape juice is like made with
Yeah.
is the same shit we use to make like jellies and jams and shit. You know, so.
Yeah, what is it? They don't know about inhaling aerosols or some shit.
But I mean, we eat jam and jelly, so...
Yeah, but we don't inhale it. It doesn't go in our lungs.
I mean, I don't know about you.
Unless I'm really hungry.
Oh man.
I was in kindergarten
Half a bottle
snorting
on
lines of strawberry jam, man.
You're a monster, man.
You're a monster.
Man.
It's weird times, man.
Childhood, man. Here we're talking about, like,
Childhood.
jelly and
Peanut
cigarettes.
My two staples of my childhood.
Mellow yellow, yoo-hoo.
Mellow yellow.
Did you guys
Cigarettes,
ever
whiskey.
notice yoo-hoos don't taste as good as they used to?
I don't remember them
I
ever
was thinking
tasting
about.
good.
Oh man.
I mean, I didn't drink them as a kid.
Oh man, I
I'd stay
remember I
away
used
from
to
them.
pick one of those up, and boy, I was satisfied.
Get down
There
on
was nothing that would make
some
me
of that
happier
chalky
than
chalk.
And a cold yoo-hoo from the gas station.
Oh, dude, I was all about
Especially
it.
when your mom got that big one. Oh
My mom was smart. My mom was smart. Didn't get yoo-hoo.
Man.
But then I try it now as an adult, and it sucks.
Yeah.
So
Is it
it's
like
chalky.
Reese's too, or like that? It's a different.
Reese's? Careful.
What?
Reese's
Triggered?
is still amazing.
Yeah, but they do taste worse than they used to. That's all the artificial sweeteners.
Yeah.
He just lost interest in what I was talking
I
about.
did. I'm just pissed.
Give your fucking
It's like I'm
Reese's.
hiding in my invisibility now.
You're just hiding
I've
your
got
anger.
the sunglasses on,
Where did Cody
guys.
go? Yeah.
Where's Cody?
You guys, I'm right,
Just ate a fly.
I'm right here.
Oh,
Man,
thank God you're back.
I love how we're talking about all this stuff from, like, it makes me think, like, Big Daddy and all this stuff from childhood, you know. I mean, Archeons, like, we draw a lot of shit from all different directions, you know, and especially with our show that's coming up, of course, you know, trying to keep things on track here, talking about September 1st.
Also at the end, yeah.
Yeah, which is very important to us, coming up very soon. we are going to be featuring on our Archeon Signature Cabs. While we're talking about childhood, we're talking about all these fun memories. We got video games and something to feature. Chris, tell them what we got coming up on our cabs.
Yeah, what are we gonna play? Some Dragon Ball Fighter? Fighters or Fighter Z?
Well, that's controversial.
I don't want to say it wrong.
You know, Fighters, I think.
We're playing Dragon Ball Fighters on the cabs.
We are going to have a
contest,
video game tournament in between sets at our show. So, fans, how do you feel about that? Let us know in the comments below. Cody, are you excited?
Maybe we can hear them right now.
I think it's pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
Pretty
Are you any good? You ever played?
Bro, I'll slay you down.
Well, yeah, probably. I've never played in my life.
So I hope to see a whole bunch of, 17-year-old emo kids there, and I want to just bash them all to the floor.
And we lose all our fans.
And it's like they were going to go home and cry anyway, and now they have a reason. You know
Now they have a legit reason.
So what happened?
But then they had a great time. Then I told them I'm sorry, and they learned a lesson, and that was listen to this amazing music.
Watch the merch.
And then they forever remember me, and they forever remember Archeons, and it was a defining moment for their life. And then that's how you guys get some of your biggest fans. I said,
I'm with it. That sounds good to me.
All because I want to be some good.
So the way that we get our biggest fans is by losing to them in video games?
teaching them a lesson.
No, we can't.
So by owning them in video games.
Yes.
So you smack them down and you tell them, buy my music.
You tear them all the way down until they're nothing, and then you give them hope and you build them back up, and they are forever yours.
And you're
alright. Kind of like all my ex-girlfriends. Okay, I'm just kidding.
They're your biggest fans now?
Does it
work? Wiener dog.
Rory, why don't you come here, bud? Want your bone?
I mean, he's cute.
I'm scared to see what Noctis has gotten into out there because he's still going at it.
What do you think he's doing? Comment down below.
What is Noctis doing?
It's just the walls are ripped apart and there's shit everywhere.
Oh, man.
That's happened.
So Noctis is caking it on the walls.
Well, maybe.
Unconfirmed.
I'm sure we'll find out.
There may be feces.
In the next segment of the Archive.
We'll be right back after this short
Is Noctis okay?
How much shit is on the walls?
Will Tim wear a dress again? Find out.
Confirm. What song was that?
It's from the X-Files,
man.
Never seen it.
You knew what it was.
Oh, of course. I used to watch that. One of the scariest, episodes of a TV show I've ever remembered. And it's what made me scared of a lot of bugs, too, was an episode of The X-Files.
Really?
And it's just, people would just get, sucked into these, mobs of, alien bugs. And they were just... Aliens. It was disgusting. And it scared the hell out of me.
Well, I'm going to throw you back on the techie side of the aspect of this podcast here, because now that we're talking about The X-Files... not too long ago, I went to go see a show here in Nashville featuring what apparently was a guest spot on The X-Files was Jack Black.
Oh, my man.
Yeah, do you want to look that up? See what episode Jack Black was a guest on The X-Files. But, dude,
oh wow, Tenacious
D slayed a killer show in Nashville, man. It was awesome.
I bet. Who's their drummer right now?
I don't know. We're going to have Cody look that up as well.
I know, episode 3.
He was in
season 3.
Season 3.
DPO.
How many seasons are there?
DP.
Were there?
Got him!
Double pastrami.
Double pastrami.
After deaths are attributed to lightning, Mulder and Scully determine a teen who survived a lightning strike may be the murderer.
That's a lucky.
But as Mr. K Nasty was asking over here, if you could look up my good man, who is Tenacious D's current drummer?
I know Brooks Wackerman was their drummer at some part of history, but I don't know if he currently is.
Let's see here.
Do you know who he is? You probably would have noticed him. Okay. Well, he's Avenged Sevenfold's drummer right now.
Oh, no, was not.
So blonde, doesn't look very metal at all, but is a bad motherfucker.
Right, yeah. I don't think so, but yeah, it was a killer show, man. Tenacious D slayed it.
They play all the hits?
Yeah. I mean, pretty much everything from the Pick of Destiny was great, you know. And I was kind of thinking to myself, as far as a career, that I would kind of maybe want to emulate for myself personally, I would really love to chase the career that Jack Black has had. You know, because he's got Tenacious D, which is a very successful music career, you know, that a lot of people could wish to aspire to at least, you know, like on Spotify, he's got like 80 million streams on Tribute, something like that.
Solid.
You know, and then, you know, of course, Pick of Destiny was a great movie. School of Rock, you know.
You just keep showing me David Grohl.
Oh, for Tenacious D.
Yeah.
Well,
not a bad thing.
I don't know if that's their drummer.
Well, so that he recorded Post-Apocalyptic with them.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Post-apocalyptic dick.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
How do you guys feel about Jack Black?
I love, dude, School of Rock. That was my childhood right there.
He's an idol. Just everything he's ever done has just been... The first metal song I ever wrote was called You're Tacky and I Hate You. School of Rock.
Fuck yeah.
It's
Nice.
like...
I've been meaning to put that shit on again.
Bro, he's just gold. Everything he does.
Yep.
It's just like... And growing up as a chubby guy, you know... He's
Word.
like sexy and chubby.
Sexy
you know?
and chubby.
Like the great lady Aretha, you know.
The great lady Aretha.
Golden pipes, that gal.
I'm gonna call you Turkey Sub. Dude, I love that. Like, to be able to... I mean, I know you don't want to be like a criminal and hijack someone's like class, but I would love to be able to teach a music class like that, man. Can you get off my hair, bro?
Mine would probably be...
Reaching out for something.
Hi, Rory. There is a
Teaching
wiener
a
dog
music
on my
class.
shoulder. Hi, Rory.
There's a wiener on your shoulder.
There is a wiener.
That's
Hi, buddy.
Big wiener, too. Shout out to Trey Swain in Kansas, you little bitch.
Yeah,
Being a bitch.
fuck you,
See,
Trey.
We love you and we're proud of you and all that you do.
You know, you're a pretty good guy, but you're also a shit.
You're all right.
But he's our shirt.
You're a full shit. I feel like
I'm the wiener.
Yeah.
Yeah, so. Not a half one, a full one?
Oh, okay.
Bro, that's a little much.
Okay, three-quarter. You're a three-quarter shit.
Like, are we talking like an islander on
Hey,
the
you
bowl?
guys.
Or are we talking like...
The old
We have-
goddamn Everest drop.
So on to the next subject.
On to the next subject.
Moving on. Great segue.
Segway. So segways makes me think of transportation, which makes me think of the bird scooters here in Nashville, man.
Yeah,
The old
about
birds.
Did you know you can make decent money like fixing those scooters?
I mean, I've heard.
Yeah.
Have you ridden
Probably-
any of those scooters?
Oh yes, yes. I was hot in that bird game back in 2017, bro.
017.
Yep.
Back in the day.
Shit was wild before people were dying and shit. But no, it's pretty. You see those things all over town, and
Oh,
God,
I'll
there's
never forget that.
so many brands. Yeah.
Back when people never doubted.
See, you know, we got these bird scooters, but I'm waiting for like the fish, you know, the fish jet skis so we can just go on the water. They're just waiting for you there. You
I
just
would love
slide
Just
your-
add an animal onto like something that makes it cool.
Yeah, you know, we got bird
Okay.
scooters, we'll have
Like
fish
a-
jet skis
Like
through
a,
Uber.
a sea
you know?
turtle boat,
A sea turtle boat.
kayak or something. You got little flippers.
You got like little oars that are like
They're
locked
like that.
into the
That's
boat.
probably not
that won't move.
aerodynamic.
Huh.
They're like that long. That's probably not very aerodynamic, unless they're wide as shit.
Huh.
I don't know. It's funny.
Well, scooters,
Yes,
scooting.
scooters. They're really trying to regulate that shit.
They are.
I think they want them out, but they're convenient though. They're cool.
They are.
Minus the
Yeah,
fact
but-
you can't like ride them past like what is it 8 p.m. or some shit.
8 p.m.
And it kind of starts making you
Wait,
think.
after
like,
8 o'clock at night, you can't ride them?
Something like that.
Why?
I don't know. You get drunk and go fucking run into a BMW or
It's the
something.
best time to ride them.
That's where the money's at. That's like a bad business move, if you ask me.
That
But
is true.
there's probably some
Well,
kind of law around it. I would assume.
Yeah,
You know,
Cody.
it's probably you probably just want to see if it's worth the hassle. You know, if it's not worth all that, then
The accident
people are
rate would
fucking
definitely go
themselves
up.
You know, if they're not making the
happens.
profit they'd hope to.
Mm-hmm.
You know. That,
Well-
I think that's all just a depending factor on it, you know, and it's just like you got to think those scooters are just being ran through like nobody's business. So
But they seem to be pretty prolific,
yeah,
and there's a use to them.
absolutely there is.
I'm a fan, man.
Well, and speaking of, like, good and bad practices of business, talking about, like, whether these scooters are able to operate, after 8 p.m., that kind of such.
Mm-hmm.
Do you ever think about, like, in the background of your mind, with Archeons and the band that's going on, like, let's say Archeons becomes, a financially profitable venture, for all of us to enjoy,
Yeah.
Do you then have any aspirations in your head already of things you'd like to use that money to leverage into other ventures of business?
Yes. Jet skis.
Jet skis?
We were talking about, I want a gold jet ski.
You want a gold jet ski?
That's it.
That's when you know you've made it.
And I want it to be a solid brick of gold.
It just sinks to the bottom of the ocean.
I take it to the dock and I just plunk right in there, dude, and go down with it.
Or the only way it stays afloat is if it's constantly running because it's made of gold.
Yeah.
Right?
That's you just got a guy there constantly just pumping gas in.
I'll hire somebody. I'll hire somebody to, I don't know,
You'll
operate
just buy out a
my
whole
jet.
gas truck. Just have him sit there and just pump you full.
I'm with it. Whatever I got to do to flex.
What a plan.
I want to flex on
Or
the
honestly,
water.
you probably just better yet would just stick it in a garage and just get a look at it sometimes.
Keep it in
I ain't
perfect
even
condition.
touching it because what if?
That's what I would realistically do if I had a gold jet ski that was solid.
That's why
gold.
I never want to buy anything that's too expensive because it's just like I don't want to be afraid to use it or touch it. Like,
I think that's a
if it's
good
that
general.
far gone, I just won't even. That's not worth my money.
See,
then.
and that's why you always go for the cheap hookers, because you get the expensive ones, you don't want to touch them. I don't know.
about
I don't want to touch either. Okay.
Just kidding.
I'm gonna say a Hail Mary for you later.
A Hail Mary for me? What about a Hail Joseph? I mean, he was there going through it too.
I don't know him.
Joseph?
I don't know.
I never knew the guy.
I never knew the guy.
I don't know Joe.
Well, Hail Mary, like
Just
Mother
Mary.
of Christ. What about the stepfather of Christ, man? He
Yeah.
was there.
Stepfather.
I mean, he
of
probably
Christ.
had it hard for a little bit, but he just really persevered and took his faith seriously and overcame it.
Well, I like his book.
But I mean, why are there no Hail Josephs? That's my question.
Because was Joseph the mother of God? No, he was the stepdad. Who cares?
Mother of God.
Whoa.
Holy
Whoa.
Mother of God.
Semi.
I mean, in comparison, Joseph to the big guy.
My man, G.O.D.
G.O.D.
And it's like,
Love your book, bro.
Dude, it's on the best-selling list every year, bro.
Is it really?
It is, actually.
God bless America.
you know what else is? It was a better book.
A better book than the Bible.
50 Shades
Whoa.
of Grey.
Whoa, no. Huh?
Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings.
Game of Thrones.
Okay, Game of Thrones. Man, Game of Thrones could have been on the level of Lord of the Rings, if it wasn't for the last season.
Wasn't it? It had to have way outsold Lord of the Rings. Did it
I don't
not?
know.
Well, I'm just talking about, like, on level of being legendary.
You're saying actual quality, cult following level good. You don't
Sure.
think Game of Thrones was there? I didn't read the books.
It's just, it got ruined.
Shocking, I know.
With Season 8, man. Season
Really?
8 ruined it.
I saw on Twitter,
I love how one
Who's the
season
writer?
trumps the other 7.
It's true.
know?
Season 8 was bad. Fuck Game
Fuck
of
the whole
Thrones.
thing.
I thought. See, I don't know the lore that well. I've only watched the show.
Man, I feel like something that Lord of the Rings had though was time. It came out.
Yeah,
Like,
for sure.
I feel like Game of Thrones, it had its stretch, like it was around for a hot minute, but Lord of the Rings was just, it got to come out at a time just at the cusp of like everything becoming,
Isn't Game of Thrones just like a follow up? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Lord of the Rings was there first.
I don't know. I feel like
Changed the game.
Lord of the Rings is just one of the untouchables.
Yes. Classic.
Like-
I was obsessed with those movies.
I remember being like, I'm gonna watch these all the way through, and then like 3 days later, I'm like, can we get this over with?
Really? I've always watched the shit out of them. It didn't seem like it was very. I feel like Lord of the Rings is more big or more accepted now than it was then. Because it seemed like it was still kind of nerdy, I guess, to like Lord of the Rings back in the day. Was that just
I
me
suppose.
feeling that way? Were you a fan of Lord of the Rings?
I mean, I was, but I knew that it was considered nerdy, I mean, I think that nerds have become, like, so much more accepted.
Yeah,
just
for sure.
realizing
But
that-
that's what I'm saying. Like, that was back when it was still, I guess, nerdy.
Right.
Although, I mean, I didn't care.
Well, now it's just about accepting quality content.
That's whatever you want, man. Mm-hmm. Doesn't really matter. Yeah, the term nerdy is kind of
done. Speaking of like nerdy things, though, what I think is genuinely nerdy, but I would love to get into. You ever seen
nuclear fusion?
Nuclear.
Minecraft. I'm just kidding.
I can agree with that. No.
Have you seen Warhammer 40K before?
No, never heard
of it.
Dude,
it's great.
Dude,
is this a game?
I bet.
Yeah, I mean, well, it's a tabletop game that I think you would legitimately like. It's just so expensive to get into.
Oh, damn.
Because there are these little figurines that are sculpted, like, really well sculpted.
Are these the ones you paint?
Yeah, the ones that you paint.
I'd get down with that. See, that would be 10 years ago. That would have been nerdy. Sounds cool.
Yeah, so they're little mini figurines that you paint, and you can have armies of like you have an orc army, or you could have like the Tau, which is like a advanced alien army, or you could have the Imperials, which is like this advanced human civilization, or like the Space Marines, which is like the Space Marines were put on like a planet, I believe, to like be forged into like essentially like Spartans from like Halo. And so, like, these big, huge, like, monstrous humanoid type things. And then what you do is these tabletop shit. I know, this is nerdy. But, like, you got tanks.
This is nerdy.
You got, like, tanks and other, like little things you can make and, like, mortars. And then you use rulers and you use protractors and, like, dice and you roll. And, like, if you roll a 6 or something, you'd be like, okay, like, I can move my infantry units up like 6 inches.
Okay, this is nerdy.
Yeah, it is really nerdy. But then you roll another dice, and then like another dice is like a protractor, and then you're like, okay, this is my blast.
So there's like equations and shit.
Well, it's like this is my blast radius right here.
Do I gotta use math?
Like 2 + 2.
But it's really, really cool, man.
No, that sounds like a learning curve.
Yeah, man. But once you're like heavy into that,
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Remember all the
you understand the lingo.
Time you put into RuneScape,
don't say it. Trigger.
Bro,
guys,
how many
I gotta go
skill
play.
capes did you have in RuneScape?
One. No, way more than one.
What about you, Timbo? Did you ever have a skill cape in RuneScape?
I've never played RuneScape at all.
Man.
Rory.
Yeah. Do it. You the dude.
Get him.
Get him.
Oh, you're lucky he's distracted.
Man.
Always thinking about it.
So here's a lesson for you nerds out there. Never bought your main. Never bought your main.
I don't know.
Always use an alt to bot.
Because man, I put in the time. I got 99 cooking in RuneScape, and it just took forever.
Weak.
It took not week, bro. Okay, I was proud of it.
That's cool. Be proud.
You know,
I was proud. You got a skill cape. That's a 99. That's cool.
Yeah, bro. So put in that time, honest.
That's an
honest work.
It wasn't much.
And then I was like, you know what? Fuck this. I got class. I'm gonna bot some use.
I got a
wife. One day I came back from class and my account was terminated.
And that's when I got the fucking Good Charlotte.
Kids. Oh, bro, I was into Good Charlotte long before that.
Bro,
Good Charlotte.
That's when I got into My Chemical Romance.
Oh, yeah, that would probably be right. When do you go?
Oh.
Well, I don't know what any of that is.
It's probably the same idea as you telling us about that Warhammer 40K.
Warhammer 40K, yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's good, definitely cool. It's just, you gotta...
Just not as cool.
You gotta have the knowledge.
He said it.
The knowledge.
Not as cool as RuneScape. That's tough to beat.
See?
That's like Game of Thrones versus Lord of the Rings, though. Same deal. RuneScape, bro.
You guys should make Archeon shirts and say, we're cool, but not as cool as RuneScape.
What do you think? Should we do that?
Yeah, I think I'll pass.
You don't gotta get the shirt, bro.
Thank you for the suggestion.
A limited time exclusive. All you fans out there, let me know.
Hit me up with that donation button.
Yeah.
We'll get that going.
I'll make it happen.
Page
Archeon's desire from Cody or something.
Yeah.
All right, so Chris, what you feeling, man?
What am I feeling?
What are you feeling?
I feel temperature.
You feel the temperature.
I feel hungry.
Feel hungry?
I feel Hangry.
You feel hangry?
I'm getting hangry.
Okay, so what do you want to grub on, man?
I need a sandwich.
You need a sandwich. What kind
But
of
not just
sandwich?
any kind of sandwich. A
that-
sandwich with jellyfish jelly. Am I right?
All right. I see you, man. All right.
Jellyfish produce jelly.
And
Yes,
bring
they
it back
do.
to the beginning. Jelly, vape juice. It's all good.
Look at that.
It's all cool. It's all kosher.
The cycle. The cycle of life, bro.
Yeah.
But do you know?
A
Does anybody
sandwich.
know?
What?
Do jellyfish actually produce jelly?
Not for realsies.
Damn.
I would have believed that.
But I'd sure love to think it was
SpongeBob
that
lied.
you could actually milk a jellyfish. That would be cool.
You can. Oh, you can. Never mind.
What if you could milk a milkfish?
A milkfish?
What if you could fish a milk? What the?
Whoa, you scared Rory with that amount of milk. That's too much milk.
With that.
What's all
brain
this
busted.
talking milk?
Doggo.
You got it. You
Hi,
got it. I'm here.
Rory. Hi, Rory.
You definitely hear his tail smack.
Don't you growl at me.
He's just saying hello.
Hi, Rory.
Ain't you,
There better
buddy?
not be none
Hi,
of that steamed
buddy.
milk neither.
Now shut up about that milk, boy.
He's like,
Well-
I want it warm.
Yeah, I heard you. You said what you say about
I'm
that
not
milk?
grabbing your bone.
What you say about that milk, boy? I am.
Well, gentlemen, is there anything else you'd like to say to the fans?
You know
before
what?
we-
Yes, I would like to say just fucking yeah.
Just fucking
get at it. You know what I mean? Just fucking do it.
Just fucking do it.
Get some milk.
fucking
Milk a
do it.
jellyfish.
Milk a jellyfish.
Fucking take your bird out downtown.
Vape on, brothers.
Vape on, brothers.
Get
Is that
your-
what you got to say, Cody?
That's
Get
what
your
I gotta
puff
say.
on.
Vape on, brothers.
Stay cloudy, my friends.
Stay fucking cloudy. I like it.
Yo, all right. Well, hey, Archeons fans, thanks again for checking us out on another segment
you,
here of
thank you,
Improvcast with the Archive. Check us out September
Provcast.
1st at the end with Meditator.
While it's still there.
While it's still there,
Cody,
check
what's
it
the name
out.
of that bill? You remember?
I don't know, but
Fuck,
we'll
man.
link it all down below.
Yes.
Yes.
Go sign
Links
the
in the
petition.
description.
Get out in the
Like,
streets.
share,
Cause a riot.
subscribe.
Word. Thanks again for checking us out, fans. We'll see you next time on the Archive.
Bye.
Peace.
Bye.